guys doing? This is the Craigie Lawrence Experience. Sorry I've been away for a while. I've just been busy dealing with just, life stuff. Shit that anybody probably has dealt with before. But I wanted to start back on a positive note. I wanted to come back and be able to talk about something that all of us can relate to, that, our friends can relate to, everybody in our families can relate to. I just wanted to come back strong, you know what I mean? Come back with some vengeance for my absence. And today I wanted to discuss motherfucking fat people. All right, I'm gonna be straight and real with y'all. I'm gonna talk about the fat people today, and not even like the fat people, right? I'm talking about the entitled big people, the people that are like naturally big, or they've just become very big people, like in the 300 or 400 pound bracket, and they're okay with that. They're okay with being that weight. They're okay with being and eating constantly because they don't care. They don't care that what happens to their body at the end of the day. It's not like, they're going home like, oh, I shouldn't have ate that, I'm going to work out tomorrow. It's like, nah, they just go home and they sit in front of the TV and they just go on about their business. So let's just discuss the general consensus that is overweight individuals. But the reason I want to discuss this is a favorite YouTuber of mine. He made this video and it was the funniest thing ever. Like I've been watching, in this time, all you can do is really watch YouTube videos, right? Because fuck the news, and most of the shows are all fucked. So there's really nothing to do but go to the tubes, or fucking play some video games. But yeah, so one of my favorite YouTubers, he made this video, and I was shocked. I was like, damn, I can't believe people like this are actually out there, But so the whole thing is just fat phobia, right? So check this out.
If you decided to work out in order to change your body's appearance to avoid weight stigma, that is still fat phobia.
Take that, you bigot! She zooms in with a look cold as ice to tell you how you are fat phobic. You are disgusting, Builds baby. How dare you want to be beach ready? How, girl?
I'm fat phobic, and it's no one's fault. We are conditioned to hate fat people.
Your thoughts?
What?
So fat phobia is supposed to be the fear of getting fat, right? So I don't understand how in 2021 that's like a big fear for people. Gyms have always been around. You could always go on any diet you wanted to. You can always choose to be a healthy individual. I don't understand where this whole fat phobia shit came from, because it's like, all right, if you're afraid of getting fat, isn't that a good thing? I mean, isn't that something that you're like, you don't want to be overweight, or you don't want to have, any health problems that might rise out of your body, rise from your body's intake of just bad food or whatever, or just, constant eating. I mean, that's something that we've for the longest time, always been about. We have always been a society of overweight people, but we've also been a society of constantly coming up with new dieting regimens, being vegan, turning vegetarian, eating less meats or whatever, working out, running, whatever. We've always been a society like that. So to come out and say that, like, oh, you're fat phobic, that's bullshit, all right? There have been people that have been working out, since they got out of high school, and they still are big people. They still haven't lost that weight because that's just in their genes. That's just part of who they are. And it's unfortunate for those people, but you can't just come out and say, oh, no, you're just being fat phobic. Were you fat phobic? Like, it just sounds so stupid, And you have this girl, and people like this girl, like, literally advocating for people to like not go to gyms, not work out for your physical appearance. They want you to only work out for like your health reasons. That's bullshit, okay?
Since the 18th century, we know fatness is not specific to Black people, and we've used that as an excuse to shape a societal beauty standard that is anti-fat.
Really, queen?
That includes being thin. That includes gaining muscle so you can look toned and have less fat on your body.
I don't care what you say in the fact that men and women have different body types and like men and women should be accepted by each other and shit like that, because that is bullshit and that will never happen. If that is the case, then every actress is fatphobic, all right? Every model is fatphobic. Every trans person transitioning into a woman is fatphobic because they obviously don't want to be all fat. I mean, that's the thing. It's not a fucked up thing to say. I'm not trying to be like, oh, you know, fat people are fucking gross. It's just that if you don't want to be like that, you have every right to not be like that, and you can take every step and precaution to be and not be like that. Like, it's not like you're just gonna be fat and just be like, I can't stop, I'm fat, why? Like, it's like, nah, you can work out, you can stop fucking eating, you can stop eating at night, you can stop snacking. There's different shit that you could do that people that discuss weight gain talk about. It's not like some magical new thing that everyone's just all of a sudden fucking getting fat, you know? And of course, again, there's health reasons and health issues that can come with that. And it's like, why would you put that on yourself knowing that you don't have to? You know, I love fast food as much as the next person. I love, you know, cheeseburgers and cheesecake just as much as the next fucking person, but I'm not going to eat it until I'm not going to eat it constantly until I physically notice changes in my body that I don't like. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, there's a level and there's a point you should be able to go to without being like, oh, I feel bad about myself. You should be like, no, you don't feel bad about yourself. You feel bad for yourself. And you need to feel better for yourself so you can just do better things for yourself. You know, it's just, I don't know. But I saw this video and like, the fact that people think that, and that it adds to like systemic racism and shit.
And what happens if you don't meet the standard of beauty? You will face systemic oppression. Became more widespread. It was hard to just rely on skin color as a way to identify slaves. Fatness as a physical descriptor fit the savage narrative that whites used to oppress black people.
Girl.
I'm fatphobic, and it's no one's fault. We are conditioned to hate fat people.
Your thoughts?
What?
How? You know, how can you say that that's true when you yourself are also saying that you are the very person who is being like this, and that, you know, we need to change? Like, what the fuck? Like, you're gonna just talk shit on people about being fat and then turn around and be like, oh, well, yeah, no, I'm fatphobic too. It's bred into all of us, you know, because we don't want to be fat. We want to be healthy, but only for health reasons, not for your looks, not for like your body positivity. Like, it's like, the fuck are you talking about? So you're telling me that if I let myself go, then some model chick that's walking down the road, walking her dog, is gonna talk to me still? She's still gonna be interested in me? She's still gonna want to like just be near me? Now, hold on a second, because of course I can't speak for that woman, whoever that woman would be. But you cannot sit here and tell me that if you are a beautiful 5'9" little model woman, you are not gonna talk to a dude who is over 180 pounds weight-wise. You will not talk to that guy who is over that weight-wise, who does not look, you know, at least like, I'm trying to think of a good actor that's overweight. Maybe Kevin James. You know, Kevin James is a really good-looking man. You know, and he's kind of big. He's a big dude. I guess if you look like that and had his money, maybe she would talk to me. Maybe she would talk to you as that man. But there's no way that would happen. There's no way. And it's frustrating, you know, because I have homies that are big. I got my big homies, and you know, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about their weight. They don't give a fuck that that's what they are, because they're comfortable with themselves. They're not out there trying to tell people to like, you need to be like me, or like, you need to fucking not advocate for fucking losing weight. Like, it's like they just are themselves, you know. But they're big dudes, but they got muscle, they got you know, weight, strength. I don't know. They have their other attributes that are key, you know, go towards their you know, overall stature. You know, they're not just like piles of lard ass sitting on a couch. You know, they're fucking, they do shit with their lives. They're just big dudes. You know, it's, people are like that, and people like that exist. But you cannot sit there and say that women won't judge them on that. There's no way that you can say and sit there and say that if you're a model and you're some fucking fine ass chick, one, you're fatphobic too, because obviously you don't want to be fat, so you've worked out and done your shit to look like you do, and you got your implants or whatever to make yourself better than you were. But that does not mean you're gonna give that man who looks like shit or is overweight or doesn't look good, you're not gonna give him any time of day. You will swipe right. What is it? Left or right? You will swipe left so quick you wouldn't even know what hit you. His account wouldn't have even had a chance. I mean, I wonder if all these like dating apps, if they have like, you know, you have your account and how many times you were swiped on. I wonder if they keep track of that shit. Like every time you get swiped, they tally your shit up, and after you reach a certain amount of tally, like you get swiped on like 50 times. They're like, all right, so we're gonna boost this guy's account. We're gonna just widen his range by like couple miles. You know what I mean? I don't know. It sounds like fucking nonsense, but yeah, you know. So again, I just wanted to discuss this because I don't understand where this came from. Like TikTok is like fucked up. Like TikTok is just its own monster now. Like, you know, everyone says Facebook was bad. To be honest, Twitter obviously is king shit, but TikTok is getting up there because I don't know. No one really says shit. Like you can't. I don't have a TikTok. And everyone keeps telling me to get on one, but I don't want to. But, you know, maybe I will one day. You never know. But as far as I know, you can't, it's not like in Twitter or like Facebook where the comments are seen. You know, it's more like the video and then the comments are like there, or like only the person reading or making the video can read the comments. I'm not sure how it works, but it's definitely not as direct and engaging as like Twitter or Facebook would be in regards to people talking about whatever it is you're watching, whatever video you're watching, or in regards to just whatever it is they're talking about. You know, like some of these TikTokers would be like, oh my God, like, you know, you need to do this and this. And it's just like, okay, but then they're hypocritical in saying that they do it too. And like, of course, all they get are hearts, but you can't see those people going, hey, you dumb bitch, like, why are you like fucking, you know, it's crazy. But that's all I want to talk about this morning. Like I said, I've been pretty busy. Just a lot of stuff's been going on in my life, and like, you know, this whole quarantine and mask bullshit has not helped. And the next video I'm going to make is definitely going to be discussing that bullshit, because I got a lot of stuff to say on that. And a lot of you might not like it, a lot of you might. But, you know, as far as I'm concerned, all of the people who are overweight, all the people who are pushing over the 200-pound into the 3s, 4s, 100-pound weight limit, you guys definitely, you know, I know that you're happy and you're comfortable in your own skin, but it definitely doesn't help to, like, you know, get some exercise in there, you know, just to get yourself, you know, make sure you're on that healthy edge of big, you know. Like, I mean, everyone's got their preferences and everyone's got their shit going on, but at the same time, we all got to stay healthy, you know. We all got to stay in that level in that health bracket, so we can just live our lives healthy and well, you know. We're not supposed to be going to the doctor's office all the time. We're not supposed to be worried about our health all the time. We're not supposed to be in places that are like, oh, you know, you have this going on because you haven't been, you know, fucking, I don't know, whatever, you know. We need to make sure we're good and our lives are good, you know. And I mean that for everybody. I mean that for all of y'all. I want all y'all to live good and, you know, I want you to live fulfilling lives, okay? That's all I want for all y'all in this world. Fulfilling lives and not having to deal with not as much bullshit. I just finished my Doctor Strange tattoo finally. I've been working on this for a while, and yeah, you know, I can just, if anyone gives me any bullshit, I just use my magic to just get that shit out of here, you know. But it looks pretty good, you know. I can't wait for Multiverse of Madness to come out so I can fucking go watch that shit and just be like, woo, you know. Hopefully I'm not like, fuck you, but I'll probably still love Benedict Cumberbatch, so I don't think it's gonna matter. But yeah, so this has been the Cricket Lawrence Experience. Thank you guys so much for watching. Oh, that was another thing I wanted to add in the end. So Lizzo had also came out saying like, oh, you know, fat people in the music industry and stuff, and we're discriminated against. And it's like, yo, Lizzo, well, hold on one second. So I was gonna put the article that she discusses, but it's like, really? So now Facebook is committing to removing hateful comments about her? What the fuck makes her so special? Apparently they'll be deleting rude comments about Lizzo. TMZ, Mark Zuckerberg's site has already taken down a number of comments disparaging Lizzo's appearance in music. Like, what the fuck is this about? Like, she's literally dancing with her fucking ass hanging out, and all of a sudden we need to like not disparage her like appearance? Wow. So you tell me that you feel like you being oppressed in the music industry, even though you making money, and even though you making music, and even though you got fans, and even though you how you want to be, You over here complaining that you fat and that people ain't giving you shit because you fat. That sounds like a whole lot of bullshit. And I'm sorry because you already got money, girl. That'd be like Adele coming out and saying that everyone was ripping on her because she was fat. And then she went around and became skinny and everyone like freaked out and was like, oh, we're sorry. No, it was the opposite. No one said shit. And then she wanted to be, she wanted to change her look and appearance. She lost the weight and she came out and was like, yo, check this out, motherfuckers, how I look. And everyone was like, oh my God. So Lizzo, you need to shut up and stop acting like a victim, because when I read that, I was like, what? There's images of you like twerking on stage, girl, with your big self, like enjoying life and like having a good time. So if that shit's happening, why are you asking for sympathy for something that you can change today? You can change it to yesterday. You could have changed it yesterday. You could have started your diet plan and lost all that weight. But instead, you're going to be like, oh, the people in the music industry don't want to give big women opportunities. And it's like, I don't know. I'm not going to say shit on that. I mean, fucking music industry is already fucked up as I'm concerned. I mean, if any of you listen to music and follow music, you would know that the music industry has been kind of in shit. But, to say that your weight has to deal with that, it's like, come on, like, fuck's sake, man. There's big girls in the world, so obviously you want a big girl to, represent the big girls. Ain't no label gonna fuck you over just because you're fat or just because you're big. You got a good voice, or you sing, or you do your music. That's all that matters. Look at DJ Khaled, Biggie. Fucking all these motherfuckers were big and they all fucking rocked it. Like the fuck. You cannot sit here and say that you feel like a victim when you make all this fucking money and you got all these fans and people like, oh, it's okay, Lizzo. Don't let them talk shit to you. Like, of course, that's exactly it. Listen to your fans. Don't let them talk shit to you. Just continue doing what you're doing. There's nothing that your weight has to do with what's coming out of your mouth. You know what I mean? Unless you bring that out of your mouth and you start discussing that shit. You could sing a song about fat people and people still love it. Like, I don't know. It makes no sense to me sometimes how these people like can just come up and just talk and just be like, I'm fucking disrespected. And it's like, dude, you realize you just made like how much compared to this dude or like to this other chick or to like, like, I don't know. But that's where we're at. That's where we're at in 2021. And I don't know if you recognize, but in that little Lizzo shit that when she was talking about that, she didn't have a mask on. The interviewer person didn't have a mask on. I don't give a fuck if they were vaccinated or not, because technically the vaccinated are spreading the virus now, right? So if they're sitting in there in the interview room having an interview and discussing each other's shit with their masks off, I guess, we lead by example, because I mean, I'm not gonna wear my mask if they're not wearing their mask. And that's on TV. But whatever, that's another video to get into. So Lizzo, calm down. She needs to get her shit straight and just make more music and just not worry about anybody else. But so yeah, that's all I really had to say today. Just that fat phobia-ness. It just upsets me. Everybody be who you want, do what you want, but don't start telling people they're fat phobic or some shit like that. That's stupid. Let people work out and get fit. Because you know what? Unfortunately, that's just the law of the jungle, baby. If you ain't fit, you ain't fucking reproducing, or if you ain't fit, you ain't finding a mate. Or if you ain't relatively lean or relatively good looking, you ain't getting a mate. So I don't want to hear any of this bullshit from women about like, oh, it's only men who like put this label shit to look good on women and women have to try so hard. It's like, nah, fuck you, okay? Because women also put that label on men and they could walk into a club looking hot as shit and I can guarantee you I can pick out 6 dudes right off the top. Like I could stand in the club and choose 6 dudes that will not be talked to that chick will not talk to. She wouldn't even walk up to them. And they could be good looking dudes. They could be like average dudes, kind of big dudes, whatever. But I can guarantee that chick would not talk to any of them. And then I could point out 6 other dudes that for sure that chick will fucking run up on. So, I don't want to hear any of that. But that's all I wanted to say today. Fat phobia, complete bullshit. And, again, my favorite YouTuber, man, Itsagundam. He was just the best. He made this other bit that I'll leave you with because it was the best. But Mr. Mark Twain said it himself.
At one time, Mark Twain had this great quote.
Remember, folks, once you realize that everybody is insane, suddenly the world makes perfect sense. Oh, and one more thing. Go fuck yourselves.
But again, this has been the Craig Lawrence Experience. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate you guys. I'm sorry I've been gone for a while, but I probably don't even care. And yeah, so it's been the Craig Lawrence Experience. Like, subscribe. See you guys next time. Have a good one. Peace.